Trish Regan back. Trish, welcome back to the Chris Salcedo Show. It's always great to see you.
Chris, it's good to see you too. And thank you to your entire tech team who helped to troubleshoot that one.
Very nice. Now, look, we're digging out of a hole because of the China virus. You and I both know that. And with 3 days until the election, your report card, if you will, on the status of the U.S. economy.
Yes, A+. A+. I mean, look, we went through HELL, let's face it, right? And we've come out there on the other side. So that is tremendous. And we've come out far better than I think so many people thought we ever would, right? There was this expectation that it was just going to be the Great Depression, 2.0. And in fact, 33.1% annualized growth. That's huge. Not only is it huge, it's historic. We've never seen that kind of growth. You're talking about 7.4% growth for the quarter. That, of course, follows more than 9% of a down there. So when they talk about a V-shaped recovery, this is it. This is a classic V. A+.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, you know what? And the president predicted it, and it looks like he is once again correct about all things economy. Big tech. Now, I know you probably have a whole list of things that you have against Twitter and Facebook and Google. But I think I was watching, who was it, Jonah Goldberg, one of those never Trumpers out there the other day, saying he doesn't agree with removing the 230 exemption for these big tech giants. And I don't understand on what basis someone could be object to that, because these entities are clearly not platforms anymore. They're publishers.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I mean, he's trying to say, well, it should be a free market and, people can get off of Twitter. But at this point, Twitter has gotten so big, you can't really get off of it and still have your material seen, right? Same kind of thing with Facebook. At this point, more than 1 billion users. They are in the big leagues. And so the government has a few choices, right? You could go in and say this is effectively a monopoly, right? And you could file an antitrust issue with them and try and break them up. Or you could say, guys, you know what? You're going to have to play by the same rules everybody else who's a publisher plays by. And that gets to Section 230. In other words, you can't have your cake and eat it too, Jack Dorsey. Because you can't decide that you're going to censor the president of the United States, but you're not going to censor the Ayatollah, right? It's bizarre, right? So it is clearly subjective. And so if you're going to introduce that kind of subjectiveness into the equation, well, then, I guess at that point you are a publisher, right? Twitter, you are a publisher, Facebook. And so you're making these determinations, and therefore you should be treated like a publisher.
Exactly. The way I look at it is all of us providing content for Facebook and Twitter, we're all unpaid employees because they get to control our content. They're not our Facebook pages. They're not our Twitter pages. They belong to those companies because they can change them at will. So it's not ours.
Well,
so they should be regarded as. Yeah, exactly. The last thing I have for you. No, go ahead.
Well, forgive me. I mean, I'm really concerned about it because I think what we're kind of losing in America right now, Chris, is freedom of the press. And there are those on the left that would say, oh, it's all because of the Trump administration. I'm sorry. No, he's actually been incredibly forthcoming, right? I mean, he talks to the press, frankly, probably too much. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have sat down with 60 Minutes for that one.
No, that's perfectly true. He has been one of the most
very forthcoming.
Transparent guys out there.
Yeah. The problem is the press, meaning the conservative side of the press, is not being heard, is not allowed to be heard, because there are people that are really, really angry, right, that he's out there talking and tweeting, and Jack Dorsey and the rest of them want to somehow suppress that. The Hunter Biden story, great example.
No, absolutely. Hey, Trish, got to cut it off there. Thank you very much. Have a happy Halloween. We'll talk to you next week.
Newsmax TV is now America's fastest growing cable news channel. We give you the real news you need. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Newsmax TV streams live on YouTube for free. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.